Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. One thing you'll notice is that price continues to remain within the current down move. That is a downtrend right here. On the medium-term basis, we have kind of this longer trend up right now. And again, most of these pullbacks have been short-lived and have led to very nice strength. The difference is price took out the October highs back here, took out those highs, and then dropped back down. And so again, we're seeing signs of rejection from those big highs. And despite the fact that we had a big day up yesterday, because that was a strong day, a great failed low, a strong trend throughout the day, a little weakness late in the session, but that was a very strong day. Despite the fact that we have that strong day, this market remains in a downtrend. It continues to fail to hold above the previous month's low price, and we see that the 8-period average is pushing strongly lower, and now very soon could become a PIMA pullback sell opportunity if it's rejected in that area. So again, this thing has major headwinds to kind of turn around. This right here has a strong reversal from that low, but it's not a rejection. It's not the type of rejection we'd normally like to see, although that doesn't mean this thing can't turn out. So keep an eye on 28.25 early in the day. Below that level opens up new lows. Holding that zone could open up some trading range action between that level and perhaps the 28.25s or 55s rather. And so again, that could open up a range breakout type of play down the road for an intraday play. Okay, so right now let's take a look at the NQ here. You'll see for the NQ, you see this downtrend that we have failing to hold above the previous month's low as well. A strong reversal yesterday, but not a strong rejection. A strong reversal failed to hold below the previous low and close and pushed all the way back to the midpoint. Great move. Great move, but we still remain within the downtrend. The 8-period is still down. We've hit a great zone here at 72.90. We've reversed off of it, but the reaction, the rejection, just doesn't seem like what it should seem if we were going to just turn around. So again, right here, I would say until price can really get above 7,500, we're now working to see how this thing plays out down here. Now, in both the ES and the NQ, if this thing were to drop down and reject down on this move, then perhaps we're coming higher. Then this would be confirmed. But for right now, it appears like we could be gunning for that move, especially if we take out the previous session's midpoint today. All right, let's take a look at crude oil. Now, crude oil has formed a significant rejection day. That rejection day was also an bearish outside day. It was a wick reversal rejection, a failed new high, and a down move. It was a retest of the previous month's midpoint and close, which has already been offered before. Lots of various factors there. This had been an uptrending market with higher value relationships until that relationship went offered and retest went offered. Yesterday we had 62s as the level to defend for bears. And if bears could defend that 62 zone, then we could see a big push downward. One last thing, we talked about the 4-day range here, and I would even say maybe the 6-day range. That gives you 4 to 5 handles of breakout range behavior. Since we have this strong top here, we can use that high, and that high is 63.31, I believe. And from that high, you can forecast downward 4 to 5 points, and you're going to get 58.30 to 59.30 as that target. So I think there's a good shot to hit 58. That's a really good level there. You have a nice previous price action off that level. So 58 is a good solid level. From this high, if you forecast lower 5 handles, you get about 58.30, which is the S25 on the PivotBoss pivots. So again, quantifying crude oil and furthering the discussion from the last couple of days. Our rejection day here, a nice retest entry opportunity here. We have an inside day today, and again, we could be very soon breaking lower here. So I would say any retest above 62s again. So any push above 62 that gets rejected could still offer an entry for a shot at 58s. All right, let's take a look lastly at gold futures. You'll see with gold, we had it as a breakout candidate here when price was failing to hold below the previous session low and was working too much into this midpoint. We talked about watching 1290 for a breakout. We had a huge move that got us to 1300. I mentioned we could see further strength toward 1315 to 1320. We have had a downward trending bias in this market, but one thing to watch is 1290. That's where it all changes. And right now we've seen a failed new low here today, a failed new low in pre-market trading, and a strong move away from that low and now above the previous session's midpoint. So really we have we either have to maintain this stance and look bullish, or we need to kind of push further because there's still a lot more time left in the day. Overall, bulls need to keep the 1290 to 1293 zone bid, and that could be bid on a couple of days, but if they can keep it bid, this has a shot to go higher. Failure to hold that 1290 will open up new lows. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I will see you in the trading room. Take care.